Harold Miller was 68, alone in his guest room, and decided on a quick late night check-up before sleep. 5 strokes in, he clamped his grip and held his breath, chasing a stronger feeling the way he did at 25. A sudden flash of chest pain hit like a hammer. His smartwatch jumped from 80 to 160 beats per minute in seconds. Harold staggered to the hallway, collapsed against the wall, and his wife found him gasping as the heart rate alarm screamed. Paramedics rolled him out under red lights, convinced a clogged artery was closing for good. At the hospital, doctors ran every scan, 0 blockages, no clot, heart muscle normal. The cardiology resident whispered the real culprit. Pressure rebound from an unsafe grip on the lower pump. By crushing the small exit veins in his shaft, Harold had trapped blood, bounced a shock wave back to his chest, and fooled his heart into sprint mode. He survived, but the doctor warned that next time the spike could tear a vessel in his brain. That's why this video starts with one blunt promise. Masturbation after 60 is safe only if you follow a single rule about grip, lube, and breath. Ignore it, and Harold's ambulance could be yours. Emergency rooms across the country are logging a quiet trend the news never covers. Late-night blood pressure spikes in men over 60 rise by nearly 30% whenever self-stimulation accidents surge. Cardiac monitors show the same 3 signals each time. Heart rate shoots past 140, oxygen dips, then both settle the moment the man loosens his grip. Hospital surveys trace these scares back to one missing safety rule. Older men copy the tight squeeze and breath holding they used at 20, forgetting their vessels are now thinner and less elastic. Skip lubrication, hold your breath, clamp down like a wrench, and you build a perfect storm. Trapped blood in the shaft, trapped air in the lungs, trapped pressure in the chest. Doctors call it rebound hypertension. But patients only remember the ambulance and the bill. The good news is every single spike came from the same fixable habit. And in the next section, Dr. Evelyn Chase will show you exactly how to break it in 2 days with household items you already own. Dr. Evelyn Chase enters wearing 2 badges, cardiology and urology, because she treats the heart and the lower pump as one pipe. She has watched arteries clog in the morning and scoped swollen prostates after lunch. The pressure mistake looks identical on both screens. Her clinic study of 2,100 men over 60 found a single fixable habit cut emergency spikes by half within 30 days. Chase holds up 2 common tools, a tennis ball to retrain grip strength and a travel-size aloe gel to erase friction burns. She squeezes the ball just enough to dent the fuzz and says, "If your hand presses harder than this, your heart feels it first." On ultrasound, she shows a gentle stroke keeping shaft pressure at a safe 140 mm of mercury, while a clamp handhold slams it past 260, the exact number that sent Harold to the ER. Her rule is short and clear: light grip, wet glide, slow breath. Every stroke, every time. Ignore it and you risk numb nerves, swollen tissue, and ambulance sirens. Follow it and 5 calm minutes become a cardio-friendly tune-up you can enjoy for years. Next, Dr. Chase breaks down the death grip in detail and teaches your hand to relax in just 2 days. The first killer habit is the clamp and hold, squeezing the shaft tight, then freezing at peak. That stop-motion trap slams blood against sealed veins like water ramming a closed fire hose nozzle. Pressure inside the erectile sponge rockets past 260 mm of mercury. Double the safe limit Dr. Chase sees during surgery. Your heart senses the backup and fires harder, thinking you just sprinted uphill, even though you're lying still. The sudden surge can tear tiny artery walls or knock loose a hidden clot that has waited years to move. Clamp long enough and nerves inside the lower pump go numb. Next time you feel less, so you squeeze even harder. A vicious loop called grip escalation. On ultrasound, the head turns dark purple, a warning sign most men miss because they're focused on the next sensation, not the color change. Fix begins with the tennis ball drill. Squeeze a ball until the logo just dents, then release. That is the maximum force your hand should ever use on living tissue. During real play, think, hold the right peach. Firm enough not to slip, gentle enough not to bruise and leak juice. If knuckles whiten or veins pop, pause, shake out your hand, and restart at half pressure. Sensation returns when blood flows, not when veins choke. Master this lighter grip, and you cut heart rate spikes in half, keep nerves alive, and make the next chapter's lube trick even more effective. Mistake number 2 is dry drag plus breath lock. Rubbing skin on skin with no glide while holding your breath to intensify the feeling. Skin temperature rockets past 105 degrees Fahrenheit in 40 seconds, cooking the delicate urethral rim like a sunburn you can't see. Micro tears open, bathroom bacteria march inside, and the prostate puffs up, making you pee 3 times a night. At the same time, your held breath triggers the Valsalva reflex. Chest pressure rises, heart vessels squeeze, and oxygen to the muscle drops. That choke point is why ER monitors show a scary 1-2 punch, pulse spikes high, then blood oxygen falls under 92%. Dr. Chase's fix costs less than a coffee. Use a nickel-sized blob of aloe water-based lube or a teaspoon of plain coconut oil every 2 minutes. Lube Glide cuts friction by 80%, cools tissue, and lets you breathe normally instead of clenching. Rule of thumb: if you can hear squeaking, add more lube. A safe stroke should be silent except for slow exhale. Never grab lotion, butter, or petroleum jelly. They clog pores, trap germs, and wreck the skin's natural pH. After finishing, rinse with warm water only and pat dry. Alcohol wipes or scented soaps strip the protective layer you just saved. Men in Dr. Chase's study who switched to lube and steady breathing lowered nighttime urgency by 25% and cut heart rate spikes in half within 3 weeks. Type Glide OK below if you're dumping dry drag tonight. Your comment helps push this life-saving tip to another man who still thinks spit is good enough. Next up, we tackle mistake number 3, the most important chapter, the endless scroll, and a 2-minute breathing drill that keeps stress from hardening your arteries. Mistake number 3 is the endless scroll, flipping through clip after clip until your brain is drowning in dopamine. Every fresh video spikes reward chemicals, then cortisol, so your heart races even while you sit still. Dr. Chase's Holter monitors show men's pulses sneaking past 130 beats per minute after just 10 clip changes, higher than brisk walking. Cortisol stiffens artery walls, shuts down nitric oxide release, and leaves the lower pump sluggish the next morning. Worse, overstimulation trains your brain to need circus-level fireworks, so real-life touch feels weak, pushing you back to the screen. The fix is her 10-clip rule. Pick 10 short visuals, press download, then switch your phone to airplane mode and turn it face down between strokes. When urged to grab the phone flares, close your eyes for 20 seconds and focus on the glide and breath. This rewires pleasure from your screen to your skin. Pair the rule with 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4, hold 7, exhale for 8. The long exhale drags cortisol down and keeps blood vessels open. If you notice your jaw clenching or shoulders rising, pause and shake your arms. Tension anywhere and the body raises pressure everywhere. Cap total playtime at 8 minutes. Edging beyond that pools lactic acid in the pelvic floor, causing next day soreness many men blame on the prostate. After release or cool down, stand up, pump your ankles 10 times, and walk a slow circle. Leg movement clears leftover cortisol and returns blood to the heart. Men who obeyed the 10-clip limit and breathing drill in Chase's study cut nighttime heart spikes by 60% in 2 weeks, and said real intimacy felt stronger. Type scroll stop below if you're testing the rule tonight. Your note bumps this lesson to another man still trapped in the endless scroll. Next chapter wraps all 3 fixes into a single 5-minute routine you can start before the day ends. Grab a kitchen timer and set it for 5 minutes. No more, no less. Put your phone on airplane mode and flip it face down. The scroll stays locked out. Sit semi-reclined with your knees bent so blood flows easily back to your chest. Take 2 slow 4-7-8 breaths. Feel your shoulders drop and your pulse settle. Warm a dime-sized blob of aloe lube between your fingers until it feels like silk. Coat the entire shaft from base to tip. Silence means enough glide, squeak means add more. Test your grip on a ripe peach. If juice would squeeze out, you're too tight. Begin gentle strokes on every long exhale, counting 6 beats down and 4 beats up. At the 2-minute mark, pause, relax your hand, and pump each ankle 10 times to keep blood moving. Resume the same slow rhythm. If climax arrives before the buzzer, allow it. Healthy release finishes the nitric oxide wave. When the timer beeps, stop even if you're mid-stroke. Teaching your body a clear finish line protects vessels and nerves. Stand, sip water, walk one slow lap around the room, and note how warm your hands feel. That warmth means circulation stayed in the safe zone. Your arteries won't reward good intentions. They reward the routine you just learned and repeat 3 times a week. Harold went from an ambulance siren to resting pressure 10 points lower simply by following this 5-minute rule for 30 days. He sleeps through the night, morning confidence is back, and not once has he felt that crushing chest jolt again. Now it's your move. Set tomorrow's timer, stash aloe on the nightstand, and lock the 10-clip limit into your phone. Write the date on a sticky note after each safe session. Seeing the streak grow keeps your hand gentle and your breath slow. After 4 weeks, take your blood pressure and notice how warm your fingers feel before bed. Both are proof your circulatory north-south highway is open. Drop a quick comment with your age and 1 win. Fewer bathroom trips, steadier pulse, brighter mood, so other men know this works in real life. Share this video with a friend who still thinks a tight squeeze is harmless. The next heart scare we prevent could be his. Hit subscribe and ring the bell. Next week Dr. Chase tackles prostate flow and how 1 teaspoon of a pantry spice can ease those midnight urges.